Nelson Phillips.
Love you, Rob.
As here he comes over to talk to us here after a 4-point win, and end up with 16 points tonight. And really, Coach gave you a lot of credit for sparking the offense, especially in the second half. Just talk about what was his message at halftime, and how'd you guys come out in the second half?
I mean, his message was basically we gotta be tougher than they was. We had to play harder. He felt like we played hard in the first half, but he knew we could play harder, you know. So I feel like, well, I know that when we was in the locker room at halftime, it was more so a constant pounding of play harder and just fly around and move the ball more on offense. And, you know, screen, flares, back screens, you know, curls, and just catch and see before you just catch and dribble. And really just be able to see the game before you just put your head down and go, basically.
Well, speaking of that, you had a couple of steals there in that final minute. One of them, I think, the kid just threw it right to you.
Right.
Just talk about how that sequence, you got the layup to give the team the lead. Talk about how that sequence, just talk about what happened on that sequence.
Really, that was just me being locked in, really, and just me reacting off instincts. You know, when I know that I'm quick and like I can do certain stuff that, you know, a lot of people can't do, and that's just a gift from God. You know, I can't, you know, but that was just me using my ability and my instincts, and I was just locked in, really.
And then moving forward now, you get Louisiana coming up on Saturday. You're 2-1 on this homestand now.
Right.
So just talk about, I mean, obviously they're in first place today. We're trying to check the score here in a second, but of course they were playing Southern Miss tonight for first place in the league. So a very tough team, of course, and they lost tonight. So so they lost to Southern Miss tonight. So just talk about how important this game is coming up on Saturday.
It's important. I feel like it's I wouldn't say a statement game. Every game is supposed to be a statement game, you know. But I feel like it's a much-needed win that we need for sure. And I feel like we're going to get the W because right now we've been practicing harder. We've been doing better, you know, all around. And team just been, like, locked in, and we've been buying into what Coach say.
All right. Nice job.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. 16 points to lead the Trojans tonight, Nelson Phillips. As he'll come over to the side, and we'll bring KP over here. And again, I haven't done this on the air, but I had to give him credit because he saved my life one time in Montana. KP,
how you doing?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
All right. Obviously, down the stretch was intense as you might expect in a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Just those final 2 minutes, you were trailing going in the final 2 minutes. You end up scoring the game's final 7 points. Just what was the difference those final 2 minutes of the game?
We had to put our big boy pants on and go get a win.
Yeah.
You know, we're on our home floor. We preach on protecting home court. And, you know, they had their runs. We withstanded them. I'm proud of my guys. We fought for 40 minutes, not 20, not 22, 40 minutes of strong physical defense. And we played together, and we got a great win at home.
And coming into this homestand, you knew you had 4 games coming up at home, and talk about protecting home court. Just what are you guys' mindset? What were you guys thinking about going into this homestand? It's looking at this as an opportunity to try to get back in the conference race.
During our film sessions, we spoke about trying to go 4-0. You know, going 4-0 is very doable at home. So that was the goal we set for ourselves. We have a chance to go 3-1 at home. With a win on Saturday against Louisiana. So we're still on pace to go 3-1 at home. That's really good. And I think that's going to give us momentum going into this little last stretch of the season. So that game Saturday is a big game for us. I think we're going to be ready to go, and I think we got a big stretch of games coming up.
And, of course, I was mentioning to Coach earlier, you guys showed resiliency all season long in games and then coming back from tough losses. But a win like this, you only led for 1 minute and 39 seconds. Just talk about what this win could do for you guys moving forward.
I think it shows that when we fight through adversity, we have a chance to win every game. You know, you would love to be up 40 minutes of every game, but that's not realistic. So I think tonight was a perfect example. We was only up for 1 minute and 40 or so, and we found a way to be up when the time went out. So I think that just shows that this group is resilient. We fight through adversity. We're not new to adversity either. So we're a mature group. We know what to do when we're down, and we need to get buckets, get stops. So I think that's going to help us down the stretch.
KP, good job.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Another big win for KP, 12 points tonight. And again, Trojans coming out, presented by Troy Bank and Trust, the only bank